All right, y'all, we back. We just leaving the church. I had to pay my respects to the elder. Her funeral today down here on 3rd and Lloyd at St. Paul CME Church. Miss Dorothy. Nice lady, man. She looked good too, y'all. She looked very well. But this video gonna be about the city of Chester residents or the surrounding Delaware County people that get buildings in Chester and having block parties and things of that nature. Y'all know y'all gotta go over to City Hall and get the proper permits when you having block parties, when you working on a house. You know what I mean? It only take 10 minutes of your time. Go over there and get the proper permits, because you don't want to jam yourself up. Know what I'm saying? Because if the law roll up on you, they got to do their job, y'all. There's no disrespect. I ain't hating on your little block party. I ain't hating on you rehabilitating your house that you brought. You got to get the proper documents, y'all. And it only take about 15 minutes for you to go over to City Hall and apply for a permit for a block party, a building permit to work on a structure that you're working on. Because if you don't, you can get fined, y'all. You can get heavily fined. And it's not... Officers got to do their job at that point. When they get a call out that it's a block party or somebody working on a house and they roll up on you, you most definitely gonna get a fine. And they most definitely gonna shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Until you get the permit for it. I seen a couple times where these guys was working on a house and they ain't had a proper permit, and they shut it down and made them go over town and get a permit for them to finish what they was doing. But in the meantime, in between time, if you're not trying to get fined or nothing like that, it's best that you go over there and get the proper documents before you start. You know what I'm saying? That'll save you, and that'll save the police department when they roll up on you a headache. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll have all your ducks in order and shit. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Even with them block parties y'all be having, you gotta go through the city and get a permit for that too. You just can't shut the street down, and you just can't have no block party. You know what I'm saying? And that also leads to, if you're a landlord and you renting your house out to somebody, you got to get a CO. You got to go through the City Hall, and you gotta get a CO. Know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. That's major there, y'all. As a landlord, you gotta make sure that your ducks is in order when it comes to getting that CO, man, because I seen some landlords in court, and first thing the judge gonna ask them is, do you got a CO? Know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got no CO, oh man, and you got somebody in your house that you renting to, that's an ugly situation there. Because now you opening up other shit You opening up other shit that the judge gonna say, well, you know, as a landlord, you supposed to have those proper documents. Know what I'm saying? And the judge gonna chew your ass out. And you might get a fine. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's in your house, the tenants that's inside your house, they ain't going nowhere at that point. The judge gonna say, well, oh, you don't even got a CO. And then sometimes the tenants tell the judge, ain't even no CO. Ain't even no CO on the crib. And you most definitely gotta go through the city because they send inspectors out to inspect the house before you rent it out. Know what I'm saying? That's to cover you, to make sure the house is up to par, up to code. Know what I'm saying? Make sure you got your fire extinguishers. Make sure you got your GFI outlets. A CO is like, it's covering the landlord. So when the tenant don't want to get out for not paying rent, it's covering the landlord. Know what I'm saying? This St. Luke's here, y'all. I don't mean to jump all over the place, but this St. Luke's look like it's a funeral here too today. But when you out, when y'all out and good morning. When y'all out and y'all renting these houses out, make sure y'all got y'all CO. It's gonna cover you in the long run. You know, because when the cop come, they gonna make sure, they gonna want to know. Because I hear it all the time on the scanner, like tenant landlord dispute. Landlord turned the electric off, or the landlord turned the water off, or the landlord changed the locks. You can't do that. As a landlord, I know it's your house and all that you renting out, but you can't just come change the locks and turn the electric and the water off. You got to do it the correct way. You know what I'm saying? And that's going through the courts. And here's another option for landlords that's out there. Don't do no 6-month lease or no year lease. Do a month-to-month lease. You see what I'm saying? That'll save you time and headache. And that's a fact. Because when you do a 6-month lease or a year lease, oh man, that tenant can stay up in that crib for damn near the whole year without paying rent. And then not only that, they're gonna tear your crib up. They're gonna tear that motherfucker up, y'all. And that's a fact. I witnessed that when you do them year leases. Them tenants, they already mad. They ain't paying you rent. They not paying their rent. And catch an attitude with the landlord. How you gonna catch an attitude with the landlord because you ain't paying your rent? And then if it's a year-to-year lease, they can take them fucking tenants down there 6 months. 6 to 8 months just to get out your property, y'all. So no, and this video I'm doing is to one of my subscribers. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna put his government out there, but I told him I most definitely was gonna talk about it. So to my subscriber who told me to speak on this one, I told you I had you, my brother. I was gonna touch on that. That's major, especially in the city, y'all. Especially in the city. So what we talked about on this video, it's about getting the proper documents, COs, and the proper permits when you having functions in the city, block parties, rehabilitating a house that you might have brought, any major work you're doing on your house, get a permit. You know what I'm saying? And it only take you about a good 15 minutes to go to City Hall and get the proper documents. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. So once they do call the law and the law show up, all your ducks is in order. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You covered through the city, and it's legit. Everything is legit. But like I said, especially them COs for the landlords, make sure y'all get a CO before you rent that house out. And make sure you have the city inspectors come out and inspect your property before you rent it out, because they'll let you know if it's up to par for you to rent the house out. So when the tenant get in there and they say, oh, he ain't fixed this, when we moved in it was that, it'll already be documented that the inspector came in and inspected the property. And then they give you a CO certified from the city, and then you give a copy of that to the tenant. You know what I'm saying? And then the tenant got a copy, you got a copy, and the city got a copy that this house was up to par when we did our inspection. Make sure you got the GFI outlets near anything with water. Make sure you got your fire extinguishers. They just basically checking for safety, y'all. That's like a job. Safety come first. You know what I'm saying? And as far as with the tenants too, safety come first. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? Anything in life, getting your CDLs when you're doing the pre-trip. Pre-trip is making sure the truck is safe enough to take on the road. When you get a job, when you do orientation, it's a safety course class that you're taking. And make sure you're following all the protocols that's in place for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to talk about on this video as I'm walking from 3rd and Lloyd back to the Batcave. I just paid my respect to the beloved Miss Dorothy, whose funeral was today on 3rd and Lloyd at St. Paul CME Church. I met Miss Dorothy when I was a volunteer bus driver, picking up the congregation that needed to ride to church. A lot of senior citizens, y'all. And these ladies, like I said, these ladies, man, was in their 80s, you know? So the conversations we was having on the bus, at that point I was a student, because they been here way longer than me before I even was thought of. And it all made sense, you know? Sometimes we gotta learn, y'all, how to not be too emotionally in our feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still learning, y'all, to control my temperature. It's a process. That's why I kind of like do these videos, y'all. It's like therapy, y'all. It's like therapy. I'm in my own lane. I'm minding my business, you know? And it's like the slightest little disagreement of what I'm doing, and I know I ain't doing nothing wrong. It's like I go from fucking 0 to 100. And some of the shit you say out your mouth, you really don't mean. You just mad. You in your feelings. You emotionally right now. And that's a fact. You know? But this video was more about getting the proper building permits, block party permits, and COs as a landlord when you renting out property anywhere. You know, you want to go to the municipal building, or you want to go to your local city hall and get the proper permits, y'all. All right. With that being said, y'all, I love you all. I come in peace. I don't mean to cause no fucking drama. Until the next video, y'all. I'll see y'all guys. Peace.